Hello everyone, introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Taufik. I'm come from University of Maritime Raja Ali Haji. Okay, today I can explain about Malay tribe. Malay history. The Malayu come from the Malay Kingdom that one exists in the Batang Hari River area Jambi. In its development, the Malay Kingdom finally surrendered and became subordinate the Srivijaya Kingdom. The use of the term Malay also extended beyond the Sumatra, following the territory of the Srivijaya Empire, which expanded to Java, Kalimantan, and the Malay Peninsula. The entry of a Muslim into the archipelago in the 20th century was well absorbed by the Malay community. Islamization did not only occur among the common people, but had become of a feature of the government of the Malay Kingdom. Among the kingdom are the Sultan of Johor, the Sultan of Perak, the Sultan of Pahang, the Sultan of Brunei, the Sultan of Lanka, the Sultan of Delhi, and the Sultan of Asia. Even the Karo Aru Kingdom also has a king with a Malay title. The river of Europa has caused the Malay to spread throughout the archipelago, Sri Lanka, and South Africa. Overseas, they have many positions in the kingdom, such as Shah Bandar, Ulama, and Jadkes. The style of real Malayu culture is determined by the nature, characteristic, and appearance of the Malay themselves. Therefore, the discussion of culture patterns cannot be spread from the nature, characteristic, and appearance of the Malay themselves. One of the characteristics of the real Malay is a shahness, etc. Hamid said, traditional Malay have a shy appearance. Shame is seen as a self-respect. If a shame is gone, life can be like an animal. Shyness produces nurturing behavior. Till we maintain behavior of the Malay show that person does not want to exit arbitrarily, because if he is in power, he is asmid of corruption, asmid of collusion, asmid of nepotism in a various situations. In other words, say people will never do KKN. There are several kinds of Malay culture traditionals. 1. Birth traditional. The birth of a child has been seen by the Malay as a blessing from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Children are seen as common thing zuriat. The behavior of the child who was waiting soon will be a consolation for the heart, will his temperament that upholds noble character will be calling the ace. That's why the birth of a children is very important when the mother is pregnant. There are many good things that are recommended, as well as some prohibitions that must be avoided. This is all so that the children who are born in the future are children who are physically and mentally healthy, and more than that, a child who knows to be devout to present is obedient to the religion of Islam, so that he becomes a pious child. Who will always pray for goodness for his parents, regardless of the punishment of the girl and torment on the day resurrection. 2. The traditional of a marriage. Marriage ashore of a course starting from the touch of a few. In this case, it is likely that it started from the touch of a few between man's boy and woman girl, but it can also happen from the perspective of a present or a relative who are interested in finding a mate for the child. When a single boy tells a girl his urgent to his parent of a relative, so there was a girl who should be his soulmate, then the man's family began to do a kind active called marriage. One of the family or someone is sent by the groom to research or seek information about one the other family members who have a daughter. The task complete is to find out if the girl can be proposed to or does not yet have a bond with someone else. In addition, the event joy will talk about the possibility of a man applying the message of a coward asked how much dowry and what recruitment were registered by the woman family. Proposing in a Malay term is the same applying. This event is held on day that have been agreed upon together. After going there the determine of the day, but according to the calculation of a custom and parent, the family of the groom led by the immediate family will formal apply to the family the bird. Usually, this courtship even if is expressed by repeating poems. Traditional, the man's family bring a number of better leaves, at least 5 pieces. Consists of an opening called a marriage club, an engagement club, a promise club, a second engagement club, and some accompanying clubs. Next, Berinai. It usually takes place on a day or one night before the wedding ceremony. Through a series of customs, the bride is staged on a dice. The series of a banner of henna even begin with a spread even, namely the end of the Quran, which is performed by immediate family. Furthermore, the bride will perform ceremony tepung tawar. The tepung tawar ritual is a traditional Malay culture ceremony lived by the previous kings. The giving of a sweet flower. The bridegroom is usually accompanied by prayer and hopes led by the elders, performed by parents, elders, and a respect. Traditional figure like the bride will be given henna leaves that have been finally founded on the fig leaves and chin leaves. Henna night are usually eleven with a accompaniment of sound such as a drum and the sing of old Malay song or gambus dance. Next, Berandam. The Berandam ceremony is usually performed after the night of a Berinai, that is the next day. The goal is to cleanse the bride from the drift of the world, so that her heart become wet and firm. Berandam is in effect saving the bride's face and neck as well as cleaning her face. Next, marriage contract. When the appointment day, the bridegroom is escorted by a family group to the bride station. Usually, the bridegroom wears a headdress, wearing a hat and rubber. The arrival of the groom A family will bring drawn or a drawn custom battle clapping gift item or deliver the have been agreed in adverb. In additional order, accompanying items such as checks and fruit are included. The next process in the action the marriage contract. Next, side by side. The ceremony is a performance of the official marriage contract. The processing side by side is an official event for the bride and groom to sit on the days that have been private. First, the bride is set on the chalk and await the arrival of the bridegroom. The present of the groom, the print with welcoming ceremony and reception of verses, a series of side-by-side processings, namely the groom's reception, hampang pintu, hampang kipas, dan tepung tawar. 3. Death tradition. Death tradition, in accordance with Islamic teaching, in the Malay view, that as a journey to the different present in the view of the Malays, often described in Fuse Malay literary work. The afterlife is the true future. Season of a death in a Malay village include the sound of a person's. There is also nexus, knock on wood, and even a going is used. The body is held according to Islamic teaching. First, it is a wash, then is a short, and the workship of everything is finished. Then the corpse is private to go to give. 4. Malay clothing traditional. Type of form of Malay clothing. In Malay culture, there are 3 types of clothing for men. Here are the 3 types of clothing. 1. Chinese seekers clothes. Chinese seekers clothes are men's clothing for everyday wear, casual or casual wear, usually worn at home and can be worn to receive daily. Chinese seekers clothes. Chinese clothes are men's clothing for everyday wear, casual or casual wear, usually worn at home and can be worn to receive daily. Second, baju cekak musang. Baju cekak musang consistent of a clothes, pant, cloth, and a songkok or a tanjak. The shape of the shirt is almost the same of the pot by shirt, but the neck is not colored and buttoned only one, and the front of the neck of the shirt of a split down along about 5 fingers, so that it can be easily inserted from about the top the head, with the surface and a pocket at the top, left and a two. It just at the bottom, left and right. 3. Teluk belanga shirt. Teluk belanga shirt consisted of a shirt, sampan cloth, and a head covering. The shape of the shirt is colored and button neck, sub-button tab called of a Jawa button etc. depending on the social level and ability of the wearer. The usual number of a button is 4, which symbolizes the components of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, or 5, which symbolizes the pillar of Islam. The following are the type of Malay clothing for women, namely: A. Baju kurung. Equipment consistent of a cloth, shirt and shawl. The length of a depth of the shirt shirt is slightly above the knee. There are also baju kurung for every day at home that is a waist stroke deep or slightly below the waist, the shape of the long sleeve shirt of a loose body size should not show the curve of the wearer's body. The material very plain, flower, etc. but is impenetrable. B. Baju kurung kebaya labuh. Kebaya panjang, belah labuh or belah dada. Consisted of a shirt, cloth, and scarf. The length of the sleeve is about the 2 fingers from the wrist until the bracelets worn by women are visible. The width of the sleeve from the sleeve is about the finger from the surf of the sleeves. The depth of the shirt varies from up to the cuff limit or slightly up. The shape of the shirt is a big loss, but should not be reduced in the part. The shape of the shirt is a bit lost, but should not be reduced in the part that can show the size and shape of the waist and hip styling. Alright, that's all. I think enough. Thank you so much for my video. I hope it's useful. Thank you.